All right guys, welcome back to another video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with me, watching all the way to the end of this video. Today we're gonna talk about how to price your products. If you guys do this wrong, you're gonna lose out on a ton of money, tons of sales, and overall just lose a lot of money, and that's not what anybody wants, right guys? So make sure you guys watch all the way to the end for me today. You guys are gonna get a lot of value within this video. Subscribe down below if you guys have not yet already, and throw a thumbs up on this video. Just smash that thumbs up down below for me real quick. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys for watching, and like I said, join the family if you guys haven't yet. We're gonna get right into it today. So pricing your product is super important, guys. Having the wrong product price can turn off your customers in an instant. You're gonna turn off your customers and overall lose out on a ton of money, and like I said, nobody wants that. So I encourage you guys to take some notes possibly within this video. I spent a lot of time thinking about the ideas on why this is important, how to do it correctly, and what you guys need to do. Follow these couple steps within this video to make a lot of money and overall have the right product price and find that sweet spot for your customers overall to get your customers to buy like that. So first step, overall, you guys got to determine high or low ticket. What area do you guys want to go with? And this starts at the very starting of your store. You guys have to determine, should I go for a high ticket or a low ticket? And I do understand that sometimes you find a product, sometimes you get a product that you really want to run, and you're going to have to abide within that ballpark of what the perceived value of that product is. I tend to lean towards higher ticket products, especially with Facebook ads and especially for beginners, because that just gives you more margin and more room to play with when you guys are spending money on Facebook ads. You guys are not going to be perfect at Facebook ads, especially as a beginner. So I do like a little leeway and a little room to play with for the margin on your products, especially as a beginner. Now, with that being said, guys, I typically like to have at least a $20 to $25 profit margin on my product that I'm running. That is typically a standard for me. In my opinion, especially as a beginner, you don't want to do with anything less than a $20 profit margin. And the higher that profit margin, as long as the perceived value is on point for the customer, then you're gonna be golden. It's a common theme for new beginners to want to do a smaller profit margin, thinking that that's gonna bring them more customers. You have to remember that, especially running Facebook ads, guys, you're gonna need some leeway for your Facebook ads because you're gonna spend a little bit more money, especially on the early stages of your store, your Facebook ad account, your Facebook pixel. In the early stages of that, you're going to need a little bit more room to actually make a profit. And that's just real life, guys. I don't wanna sugarcoat anything. You're going to need at least a $20 to $25 profit margin, in my opinion. Now, have people done great with $15 profit margins? I am sure, but typically for me, I'm going to run products that I have at least a $20 to $25 profit margin. And I encourage you guys to do the same, especially as beginners. As a new pixel, you're just gonna have to run through that phase of possibly breaking even. You're gonna have some inconsistency with your Facebook ads. So the more room that you have to play with, instead of really trying to play with those razor thin margins, it's gonna take the monkey off your back, especially as a beginner when you guys are running ads, instead of trying to do with those razor thin margins. Overall, you're gonna need a more advanced pixel to pull that off in general. And so I do recommend, like I said, to have at least a $20 to $25 profit margin. The more the better, typically when running Facebook ads. Now, I'm not saying that that is the end all be all, that you can only do it one certain way, because that is simply not true. And especially in life, there's many different ways of doing things, and that is true with Facebook ads, Shopify dropshipping. I'm just giving you my opinion and what I do recommend for you guys, especially as beginners. So the most important step out of all of this, guys, when pricing your products is determining your product's perceived value. This is very, very important. If you guys can figure this out, what your customers think, and honestly, you can go off what you think as well. Things like electronics have great perceived value. Other fitness equipment that is higher end has great perceived value. Find products that have great perceived value. You're gonna do great things with that. A higher perceived value means that you can charge more for the product, even if you're getting that product at a low cost. Find that sweet spot, the price that people will pay over and over again, and you can continually raise that up and up. If you go a little high and people are not buying as much, then you know to tone it down a little bit and find that sweet spot. Once you guys find that sweet spot, you can do a lot of damage in a good way. Now, one thing to mention, guys, is look at your your competitors' pricing. That will give you a great ballpark and a great general idea on how much to charge for your product. Competitors' pricing, guys. If you guys find your competitors in the niche, in the industry that you guys are in with your product and your store, find the competitors, go off their pricing. That is a great way. Keep in mind, guys, you can charge more than them. That is very much so the truth. Now, you don't always have to abide by your competitors' pricing. You don't always have to have the lower price. You do not always have to have that. It depends on your marketing. A great way to do this is find the biggest influencers in the niche. You can even poach them from your competitors, offer them a better deal for your deals, your package deals with influencer posts, etc., etc. Find the biggest influencers in your niche, get them on your team, get them on your brand side, do Instagram posts with them, put them on your brand's Instagram, on your website, tons of different things that you guys can provide that social proof for your customers. Essentially become the high-end brand of your niche, or the most respected or the most sought after brand, simply going after the biggest influencers in that niche. That is one of my most effective ways, and it allows me to charge more than my competitors overall, making more money on each sale, and making that brand a sought out brand, essentially creating an experience that the biggest influencers of the niche go to my brand. You have to go to this brand. This is the one. Even if they're charging more, I'm gonna buy it because biggest influencers in the niche are working with them and they're on their team. I hope you guys get my drift there. That is a great way, if not the best way, to provide that social proof and be able to charge more for your product. Even if it's the same product as your competitors, you can simply outmarket them. Now, I do want to touch on that part while I was saying test the lower price early on, maybe with Facebook ads. Maybe you want to do a break even number where you're pretty much breaking even, getting that data. That is okay to do. Over time, you can raise that price up and up. It all depends on your approach and what the approach that you want to take with this brand, with your marketing. There's tons of different ways to go about it, but these are some of the things that I like to do. Overall, when I'm testing a new product, I may start with a lower price, especially if you guys do not have those influencers on your team yet, if you guys don't have the social proof, if you guys have less than even 1,000 followers on a new brand, things like that. You may want to charge less than your competitors early on. Now, early on in your brand, when you guys are running Facebook ads, Instagram influencers, whatever it may be, the lower cost is obviously going to be appealing to customers. If you guys don't have that social proof yet, if you guys haven't worked with influencers, even if you've got like a couple hundred followers on your Instagram for your brand, different things like that, you may want to charge less. Over time, bring that price up. If people are buying my product at $29.99, I'm going to try it at $34.99. If people are buying it at $34.99, what am I gonna do? $39.99, you guys guessed it. Raise that price up consistently until you get to the point where, hey, people, sales are slowing down, people are not buying it at this price anymore. Then it's time to reel it back down. And I did wanna touch on that a little bit more. Early on, when you're running Facebook ads, your pixel data, you guys can do a lower product cost. Get those purchases for your pixel, build up the data overall. Then, like I said, you can raise up that price slowly. That is a great method as well. It depends, like I said, on your approach and what you guys want to do. These are just some of the things that have helped me and have worked for me over the time in doing Shopify dropshipping e-commerce. So overall, I do say just to test it out. The only way you guys are going to know what that perfect price is, that sweet spot, the only way you guys are going to figure that out is just to test. Your customers are going to tell you. If you guys are getting consistent sales and making a profit at $29.99, bump it up a couple dollars, see how it goes. If you guys are consistently bringing in those sales again and again, just like you were at $29.99, if you guys are doing the same thing at $34.99, hey, I might bring it up, or I might keep it there. If I bring it up at $39.99 and sales have slowed down, like I said, bring it back down to $34.99 and keep there. You find your sweet spot. Overall, test. Your customers are going to tell you your sweet spot. That is the way to find out that product's perfect price is simply by your customers. Your customers will tell you that. It just takes a little bit of tweaking the price, testing over and over again. So I do want to do a little bit of a recap. Number one, we got high or low ticket. That is early on in the stages of even maybe before you even start your store. You're picking your product, whatever it may be, guys. find which direction you want to take it. Like I said, your product may determine, if it doesn't have if it's not worth a couple $100 and it's only worth, maybe $30 to $50, you guys need to abide by that ballpark. That's common sense. Next, like I said, I like to have at least a $20 to $25 profit margin when I'm running, especially Facebook ads, because early on as a beginner, you're just gonna have some inconsistency, especially on a new pixel, a new Facebook ad account. You're gonna have some inconsistency with Facebook ads, the cost per purchase. It's gonna be a little inconsistent. So as long as you guys have $20 to $25 profit margin, you're going to be okay with the inconsistency. You may get $8 cost per purchase, 12, 14, it may vary, 17, it just varies per ad set, per ad, etc., etc. You guys get my drift there, but I do like to have at least a $20 to $25 profit margin on all my products. Obviously, the higher in price goes, the more profit margin you're going to have on that product. And that's great for Facebook ads because you can have more wiggle room, especially as a beginner, to play with. Even if you have a lot of inconsistency with Facebook ads, you guys can get away with having a higher profit margin and get away with, having that inconsistency of the Facebook ads. And, like I said, the perceived value of the product is very important. Sometimes products look like they're worth a couple $100 when you're only getting them for maybe 20, 30 bucks, okay? So the perceived value is very important. You guys can go on your internal guiding system as well. Look at that product, see what you think. Maybe ask a couple of friends what you guys think. And overall, like I said, your customers will tell you, but early on in the early stages, go on that perceived value. That is going to be probably one of the best ways. If you have a product that has a high perceived value, you guys can charge a lot for that product. Even if, like I said, you're getting that product for a very low cost, it has a high perceived value, and a lot of people won't know the difference. They simply won't know just because of that product has the perceived value of it. It looks very expensive, like I said, even if you're getting it for cheap. Overall, you need to find what people will pay for your product, and the only way to do that simply is to test. Your customers will tell you that sweet spot. Like I said, I did want to recap this video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know what you guys thought about this video, and I hope that if you guys are seeing consistent sales, hey, maybe bring it up a couple dollars, $5, see what happens. And I know, it's that old saying, if it's not broken, don't fix it, guys. But when you're running Facebook ads or when you're doing Instagram influencers, bringing it up $5 is going to be a great test. You might do just as well, and you might have $5 extra to play with, and that can do a lot, especially in volume for you guys. It can do a lot of great things for you guys and overall make you more money, and who doesn't like that, right? So guys, with that being said, I'm gonna wrap up this video. Thank you so much for tuning in with me all the way to the end. I hope you guys were able to take some notes and get some value from this video. Like I said, a real quick plug, if you guys want more help in real time, join the Discord. The link is in the description. Throw a thumbs up on this video, subscribe down below if you guys have not yet. Join the family. If you guys saw any value in this video, if you guys gained some value within this video, comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought, what you guys liked about this video, and what you guys are going to utilize on your brands, on your stores, and overall how to crush it in 2021 and beyond, guys. I wish the best of success for all of you guys that are watching. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with me, like I said, and I'll see you in the next one.